Take an advanced military base, then put it on a boat so it can be placed completely anywhere in the entire world. Completely mobile. That is why aircraft carriers are so important. That's right. In this video, you're going to learn why aircraft carriers are such an important part of a Navy's fleet, how important they are, the different uses, the different things that they have in them, and how important they really are. Now, you're also going to be learning a whole bunch of extra things about the planes, how the planes are shot off, and just how big these ships really are. Now, let's jump straight into the video. First thing that should be addressed is the fleet. Look at this incredible fleet of ships. Yeah, now while the picture's pretty cool, did you know that an aircraft carrier is always accompanied by other ships? That is because aircraft carriers are such an important part of the fleet. Now, to give you a reference of the aircraft carrier's size, I'll show you something. This is how big an aircraft carrier is. Now you might be like, hand axe and satchel, this doesn't look that big. Well, it is. And first of all, that's a whole bunch of full-size jets on it, and second of all, each one of those little things that looks like a fence post that are white, those are Navy sailors on it. Each one of those is an entire person, just for reference. Now that means this ship is ginormous. Now you also might be like, hey, hand axe and satchel, where are all these ships stored? Or that's not a whole bunch of ships on top. But if you're thinking that, then I can tell you the ships are stored underneath. Only a small amount are actually ever stored on top, because most of them are stored in these storage decks underneath. Now, if that doesn't make you say wow, then I've got more stuff to make you say wow, because you're going to say wow by the end of the video. That's just what's going to happen. But yes, more are actually stored underneath. And to give you a cutaway view, continue. Here's the cutaway view that I just talked about. Now you can see the jets on top, you can see the jets in the storage layer, their living spaces, and also in this picture, which I like, you can see the engines too. Now those engines are important because they use 2.5 million liters of fuel for 1 week. That is a lot of fuel. That is the true meaning of what I would certainly call a gas guzzler. You might be like, hey, hand axe and satchel, all aircraft carriers are created equal, right? And I'd be like, no. First of all, I don't know where that question came from, I just made it up. Second of all, they are not. They actually come in different classes, and there is the newest class, shown on this one, which is the Nimitz class, but I'm pretty sure the Ronald Reagan class might be the newest class. And they come in different classes, but one of them, the first one I'm going to start with right now, is the Kitty Hawk class, then the Enterprise class, then the John F. Kennedy class, and then the Nimitz class, and I think there's Now, by this point in the video, you're probably like, hey, I want to go buy an aircraft carrier, these things are awesome. Now, while Brazil did actually try to put an aircraft carrier on eBay once, most people don't have the money to afford them, considering they cost $18 billion just for one. That is a lot of money, but once you think about it, it comes at a pretty good, you get a lot of value if you do buy one because of all the amenities they have, and it's a runway on a giant ship. Like, think about that. But don't go thinking about that for too long, because I need you to scroll right down and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 1 million subscribers, and while I know it's a pretty high goal, it is attainable. So please go down and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see more videos like this, go and comment too. I read all the comments you guys give me, and I love seeing them. Please go down and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out, and you can go and get notified by more videos in the future by hitting the notification bell. Also, you get a whole bunch of info from these videos. If you like it, hit subscribe. Midway, Pearl Harbor, many others. You know what these have in common? These have in common aircraft carriers. Aircraft carriers, Midway was about, I'm pretty sure we were destroying Japanese aircraft carriers, the US was, and then Pearl Harbor was the Japanese attempting to destroy US aircraft carriers. Now, I'm not sure how many US aircraft carriers were actually hit in Pearl Harbor. I know at least the Enterprise, but other than that, I think most of our aircraft carriers were actually out at sea, so that was lucky for the US. Also, here's another photo just to give you a reference of the immense size of aircraft carriers. Up there are planes. You see those little things, those things of lines that look like they're just like pieces of metal? Those are plane tail wings. That is how big these things are. Also, look at the water line. I'm not sure what it's called, but look at there's red underneath it. So that's kind of neat. This is obviously an aircraft carrier in some sort of military port. Just thought I should say it. Another giant thing about these ships is their presence. Now, these ships have a giant presence, as I just gave you in the reference in the previous photo. You can see just how big they are. If one of those things shows up in your port or near you, and if you're the leader of that country or place, you're going to be a little bit freaked out. So they do work to just freak countries out, which has been done. Go check out some other historical uses of aircraft carriers to figure out more about that. But yes, that has been done. Also, for my Hand Axe and Satcha viewers, I thought you deserved to get to see another really cool photo. These are fighter jets. I'm pretty sure these are F-18s. If you want to know more about F-18s, go watch my F-18 video. You'll love it. Also, go check out my amazing aircraft playlist that has a whole bunch of aircraft that I'm pretty sure you're gonna like. But yes, let's get more into how these planes are used, because planes are the biggest part about aircraft carrier. In this photo, on the left we see an F-15 Eagle. On the right we see an F-14 Tomcat. Well, which of these planes can be used on an aircraft carrier? Well, if you're really into planes or just happen to be lucky, you'll say the right F-14 Tomcat. Now that's because these have special landing gears and stuff that makes them capable. They also have things like a tighter turn radius. I'll get into more of that in a second. I don't have a stopwatch, but I'm pretty sure it's been a second. So here we are. This is another picture of the F-14 Tomcat. By the way, if you want more about the F-14 Tomcat, go check out my video on that too. I've got one. But they have to be able to have different maneuverability and other statistics that make them aircraft carrier capable. The F-15 is meant for being like air dominance, but these guys are transported all over the world. As you can see, Navy. That makes them Navy and aircraft capable, I think. Just for a quick reference to the amount of skill needed, this is a picture from a plane about to land on an aircraft carrier. Now, that looks like a pretty tiny and short runway to me. So you might be wondering, Hand Axe and Satchel, how do these guys actually land? It looks like they'll just go all the way off. Well, I'm about to answer that. There's actually a series of cables used to catch the jets as they come in, and the cables grab the bottom landing gears, which I was just talking about with the F-14, and that is what actually stops it. Now, you see this guy in the yellow vest? He is a shooter. Now, if you don't know what a shooter is, I'm about to explain. Shooters are the people who literally shoot the aircraft off the deck. They have their own signals and everything, so when they swish their left arm forward or right arm forward, depending on which way the aircraft carrier is oriented. I could be wrong, but yeah, when they swish their arm forward, the jet is told to propel itself forward. So you might be wondering, how does a jet get off such a short runway? Well, I'm about to explain. But if you are wondering how does a jet get off such a short runway, you should really be asking yourself, how does a C-130 Hercules cargo plane get off such a short runway? If you don't know what the C-130 Hercules cargo plane is, you should go check out my C-130 cargo plane Hercules video. It's got a lot of info that I think you're gonna really enjoy. But yes, this plane actually landed and took back off of a aircraft carrier. Now this plane is, I'm pretty sure, 97 feet in itself, so that is huge. But to go back and answer my previous question, the way they are shot off is they have a takeoff of 0 to 300 kilometers per second in under 2 seconds. They are shot off with kind of like a bow and arrow type thing, like they're just projected off. And they attain really high speeds very quickly, which, I mean, this thing is so expensive with all the features it has. It costs $2.5 million to operate daily. That's insane. Also, you have Top Gun. Now, Top Gun also, it's just a very cool aircraft carrier kind of thing. They use aircraft carriers in Top Gun, if I'm correct. And if you like Top Gun, you'll probably like aircraft carriers and fighter jets. And if you like those, go check out all the rest of my videos. Also, for some quick aircraft carrier facts, they are always accompanied by other ships because they are so important. And they are... You might have heard the long pause and thought I stopped, but I didn't. They are incredible. So, if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, all the other stuff, which you know to do. You've been on YouTube for long enough, I trust you. But thank you so much for watching. I love making this video, I hope you loved watching it. If you like this, go subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos. Have a great day, Hand Axe and